Greetings, it's the 3rd of March and today we are going to be sowing some lettuce seeds. So I've got some lovely varieties here. I have all the year round, I have Little Gem Cos, Lolla Rossa, and I also have Salad Leaves Speedy Mix. The Little Gem Cos, Lolla Rossa and all year round lettuce I'm going to be planting in these cell trays, and the Salad Leaves Speedy Mix are going to be planted in this container here. Going to fill up my cell trays, and this multi-purpose compost is home base brand, nothing else added to it, and I'm filling up my cell trays here. Try and take out any lumps you see, like like that, maybe sort of crush it up a little bit. You don't want big lumps in there, and just proceed to fill up your cells. Make sure you press down nice and firm. You want to give the seeds a nice firm base in which to germinate on. We shall start by planting lettuce all the year round, and I like to get my seeds out into my hand. Now lettuce seeds are quite fine, so one needs to be very careful when they are planting. Now I like to do one per cell with regards to lettuce. Don't worry if you end up putting more in, and if you do want to put more in because it's quicker, easier, etc., feel free to do that. You can always prick out at a later date, but I like to be relatively precise at this early stage, because that way I don't have to try to find time in which to prick out. Of course, one could plant initially in a tray and set these loosely and then prick out, but of course one has to budget the time to do that, so I like to do it like this. So, and also if I end up with 2 lettuces coming up per cell tray, or per cell rather, I'm not particularly bothered with that, because I can always leave them, or as I said earlier, remove one of the seedlings. I then proceed to cover with multi-purpose compost, once again taking out any lumps that you see. I like to plant mine about 3/4 of an inch, 1.5 cm deep, something like that, and give them a really nice covering of the multi-purpose compost. And then I like to put my tag on, and on my tags I write the date in which I planted, so in the case of today the 3rd of March, what it is, lettuce, and I also like to write the variety. See there, it's just rubbed off a little bit. I will do that again before I put it in for finalisation, but put your tag in like that, and then that way you won't forget what you're growing. I'm just going to demonstrate planting these Little Gem Cos. And once again, get some in my hand, and I'm going to be a little bit more blasé in these cell trays, and we'll just see what this germination is like. So this is for those of you who don't want to be too precise, and of course, as I stated earlier, you can prick out the ones that you don't want. Sometimes it's nice to just mix your gardening up a little bit. Once again, cover up with the multi-purpose compost. So here we have the Salad Leaves Speedy Mix, and I'm just going to scatter these relatively liberally. Quite informal this is, and in this container here it's some compost that I had left over. I keep a lot of my growing mediums, and it'll be some general compost, probably some of which may have came from my compost bin, compost that I've had left over in pots, etc, etc, and I like to keep it, and some of it is in here. And I'm simply going to now proceed to cover it up with some multi-purpose compost on top. The compost in there already, it'll be a bit more moisture retentive, more nutritious than this multi-purpose compost, and of course because it's going to be sustaining the salad leaves in there for their life, I want to have plenty of nutrients available to them in there. So I'm going to water my lettuce seeds, give them plenty of water. One of the biggest reasons why plants, or seeds rather, don't germinate is lack of water. So give them plenty of water, and that was rainwater from one of my water butts. I tend to use rainwater where I can. If some of your seeds become a bit exposed during the watering process, don't worry, you can put a bit more multi-purpose compost on top if you wish. So I'm going to germinate them in here in this mini greenhouse. Very handy to have this in the polytunnel as well. Nice warm microclimate, and they are simply going to go in there like so. I can water these, I can take them out and water them, put them on the table you saw earlier, or I've got another little watering can I could maybe get in there with. So very useful indeed. So hopefully they will germinate within 2 to 3 weeks. Hello, 13th of April, and today we're planting out the lettuce plants at the allotment. So got the varieties here, this one here being Lolla Rossa, looking really nice. Do need to get these planted out all the year round. Not quite as vigorous, but they should be just fine. And here we have little gem cos, looking very nice indeed. We shall start today by planting out Lolla Rossa. So this is a no-dig bed, largely consists of horse manure. It's been mixed with a little bit of wood chip. It's relatively well composted, and it'll be rich in nitrogen, so should do very well with regards to yields of lettuce. So they're going to be planted about 6 inches apart, 10, 11 centimetres, something like that. So let's get a Lolla Rossa out and have a look at it. Yep, nice. So I'm not worried if there's more than one per clump per module, and just make sure you don't let your soil, your compost go away too much. So that one there looking healthy indeed, and all I'm going to do is get my dibber and dib a hole just like that, and simply put my lettuce module in and then firm down. I'll give you a close-up. So we shall pop one of our modules out. Be very careful once again, and then all we do where we've dibbed our hole is just pop it in. You want to go about 1 or 2 mils, 1/8 of an inch or so below where the leaves start. Push it in like that. You can use your dibber to firm it in, or your fingers. And that's it. Let's do one more. So we'll put our dibber in, make our hole like so, and we'll get a plant here, pop it out like that. Look, it's nice when you get a nice solid clump like that. You might need to push a little bit of the growing medium back in there so you don't go in too deep. Get your plant, push it in, growing medium around the edge, firm in, done. So if you want, like this one for example, you can see there's 2 lettuces growing there. If you're very careful, but you must be careful, you can actually prise them out so they're like that. So you've got 2. So if you don't want to grow them as a clump, you can actually grow them singly by doing that. And put it in, push in, once again exactly the same as before. That way if you've got like several growing in a clump or whatever, and you want to grow them individually or remove a few, you can actually just do that, and that's how you do it. So our next variety to go in is all year round, or all the year round I should say. So let's pop one of these out, take a care once again. So that's what they look like, and these are going to start, well, I'm going to start planting these just here. Onto little gem cos now. Make our hole with the dibber. I've got my tag here. It's good to tag what you grow, what it is, etc. That way you can remember, hopefully. So you can see the lettuces under there. They are under this mesh here. This is to keep birds off. Very important, particularly whilst they're young like this. Birds would absolutely love to eat them, so I don't want that to happen. You could also use netting. Wouldn't have to be fine netting, just enough to keep the birds off, at least around here anyway. So protect them. I've got them weighted, or got the mesh weighted down here with bricks. Don't want it to blow away. Don't let your growing medium dry out. If you need to water it. And as I stated earlier, should get some nice crops from these later in the year. Just whilst on the subject, this is a lettuce I overwintered, Winter Gem Vailan. So I'm actually going to, there's 2 there, There would have been 2 in the module when I planted it, probably. Here, look, I'm going to just get this one out as well. So these will be nice, welcome addition to tea tonight. So yeah, lovely. Winter Gem Vailan, nice lettuce to overwinter if you want a nice early lettuce, and it's only April. Yeah, so the slugs don't seem to like this as well, much anyway, so that's certainly a good point. Hello, so here we are on the 24th of April, and taking a look at these lovely speedy mix that were planted on the 3rd of March. Look at these. So, ready to eat now. They will get bigger. Lovely, nice, earthy green to eat. It's really good that you can get them this early. That's a bit of Mizuna, that. Nice and peppery. So, very impressed with that. Imagine it if you had a few pots, trays, etc. set like this, or indeed, if you'd straight sown them in the ground with a bit of protection, you could have had, you know, quite a big crop very quickly. So, really nice, simple way to grow salad leaves. So I'd left them in there basically up until a few days ago where I took them out, and yeah, there you go, speedy mix. So here's a nice little one. I've overwintered these. This is variety Winter Gem Vailan. Nice hearting lettuce. Look at that, look. Cute, isn't it? And try and find a nice clean bit. Taste of it. Nice lettuce taste. Yeah, delicious actually. And there's another one here, look. Once again overwintered. We're still on the 24th of April here. Look at that. Whoops. I'm taking the heart off. Of course you can eat the lower leaves as well, not just the heart, but there you go. Winter Gem Vailan. Look into that one for an overwintering lettuce. Wow, 20th of May, had some great weather, plenty of rain of late, and it's been warm as well, and these have done really, really well. You have to excuse the odd, you know, sort of volunteer potato that I've got growing in amongst the bed here. One can't do everything, but so I'm going to be doing a little bit of harvesting today because I want to have some lettuce with my tea. So let's look at that. Look, I'm in the mood for baked potato tonight, and lettuce, look, the baked potato is absolutely gorgeous here. So look at that, that looks beautiful. And so that's Lola Rossa. And here, this would heart up if I left it a bit longer, but we'll have little Gem Vailan out. Or might even just be little Gem. My memory escapes me, but either way, it's a lovely lettuce. So yeah, harvesting some beautiful lettuce now, and yeah, can't really complain, to be honest. Great crops already. Well, here we are on the 30th of May, and the lettuces are looking absolutely lovely. Lola Rossa looking really nice. Going to be picking some of those today. So you can actually like remove individual leaves using scissors like that. Pick them as like a sort of a cut and come again lettuce, or you can, you know, take them all out like or some of them, you know, take the whole plant out like I'm going to be doing so today. And the little Gem Cos coming on absolutely beautiful as well. And over there, lettuce all the year round, that too is looking well. So I'll show you what they look like a little bit closer up. So this Lola Rossa looks absolutely lovely. I like Lola Rossa also for the ornamental factor it can bring to the garden and or the allotment, as well as being absolutely lovely tasting. So that's looking really, really nice there. It's a nice contrast, isn't it, of colours here with the other varieties of lettuce, and also the beetroot over here, and also some turnips I have growing here. And this here is lettuce all the year round, and once again, you know, you can remove individual leaves if you wish, and you could let them heart up as well, cut and come again sort of thing. So really nice in those regards, and they're looking really healthy as well. And little Gem Cos looking really nice as well, hearting up there. Once again, you can have these as cut and come again as well if you wish. So talking about cut and come again lettuces, so that's a really nice thing to be able to do, to keep just taking leaves and new ones regrowing. But one thing that can happen with lettuces, if the weather is continually warm, say between about 25, 30 degrees C, 77, 86 Fahrenheit, something like that, that can cause lettuces to bolt. So you don't want to leave them in too long if the weather is warm. So you've got to be very, very careful there, because you could leave them a few days, come back and find out that they've started to bolt, and then the flavour can go a little bit bitter, not too palatable, and then you might sort of wish you'd pick some of them. So just be a little bit careful. So of course some varieties have more resistance to bolting than others. You can look that up on the seed packet, or do a bit of research on that. But just make sure you're aware, because I've done it before, left them in too long, come back, oh dear, they're bolted, and it can be a shame. Anyway, so I think we can conclude our lettuce video now. If you've got any comments, questions, or whatever's on the subject, please feel free to comment down below. And if you've enjoyed this video, please feel free to like it, share it, and if you'd like to be notified when I put up any further videos, please feel free to subscribe. Anyway, see you soon, and as always, thanks for your time.